So thank you once again, madam. And good evening to all the participants here. About 26 of us are here this evening. Some known faces, people whom have known from many days or through my sessions. Probably a few new friends also. I'm delighted to meet them. Thank you so much. And thank you, Vasu sir, for that elaborate introduction of mine. Thank you so much. Small correction. I'm not guiding PhDs. I'm not, out of my personal choice, I've not taken up guiding PhDs, but I'm guiding at the master's level. I enjoy reaching out to people through these forums. So this is what I've been more than happily doing. Thank you so much once again for that very affectionate introduction.
Thank you, madam. Thank you so much. Most
Yes.
welcome. We are happy to have you with us.
Pleasure, sir. So do we begin? People are joining. We need to give time, or?
We can
begin with some preliminary things, and by then more will join in.
Okay. Okay. So once again, good evening to everyone. What a wonderful way. Although COVID-19 dampened the spirits of people across the world, we proved that resilience is a part of us, and we will rise and shine come what may. COVID is there, but does not matter. It's not going to stop learning. It's not going to stop the good work. So with that, the power couple, Vani madam and Vasu sir, have started this program on online mode, and I've been very happy. I've been on this mode also a couple of times before. I'm so happy once again to say that all of you, the senior citizens, I don't say old, age is just a number. All of us young at heart have learned, unlearned, relearning and unlearning has happened, and we have beautifully adapted to this online, whether it on Zoom or Google Meet. We have been exchanging thoughts and ideas. So for that learning ability and attitude in each of you, and for that quick adaptation from the organizer side, I once again appreciate all of you. And it's really nice. It's not so easy. We were all so comfortable coming to the center, study center, and going through the sessions. But pandemic changed everything, but we didn't stop. That's really nice. So today's session, as Vasu sir said, from frown to fun through games and activities. How important is this session? Maybe a little different from the sessions we have been attending on this forum, but how important you think this session is? Is chatting allowed, Vasu sir?
Chatting is allowed, unmuting and talking.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful.
Everything.
And one more thing is, we are very happy to welcome Shri Y.V. Gundarao into the gathering.
Yes, I just saw sir's
We're
photo.
honored to have you with us, sir.
Absolutely.
Welcome.
Gundarao sir, thank you so much for joining. It's a pleasure. Yes. So in this present day of pandemic, maybe, or in our regular life, how important is fun or activities or games? Should we be playing? If so, why? How important is a session like this for all of us at this age? Beka, you could unmute quick answers.
I'm Malti speaking here.
Yes, ma'am.
I think it's very important because in these days, you do get stressed out, and the days seem to be just prolonging for so long. And a webinar like this, or a game, or whatever is coming in your way, is making you anticipate something with a lot of pleasure, I think, because we're looking forward to it, because it's something different. So I think it's very important.
Thank you so much,
Yeah.
ma'am. I think Ramamani ma'am has sent me a message saying that very important because we've forgotten to be kids. Absolutely, yes. It is said that we don't stop playing because we are aging. In fact, we age because we stop playing. So in that context, aging is something playing is something very important. And as you rightly said, ma'am, we are hardwired to seek pleasure. We are hardwired to look for happiness. Whatever we do, it could be eating a nice crispy masala dosa at Vidyarthi Bhavan, or going for a nice evening walk, going to a mall or a movie or whatever. We are looking for that happiness, that pleasure, which means to say, as a human being, as an individual, we are hardwired for that. We are programmed for that. But somewhere in the course of our life, we tend to look or harp upon the negatives, forgetting the positives or the blessings or the fun part. It's more like, looking at the cup half filled. So before I start, if I could ask you all, what are those things right now in our life we have, which we could be happy about? ಬಹಳ ಸಲ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅದಿಲ್ಲ ಇದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಫಾರ್ ನೌ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಇಟ್ ದಟ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಫಾರ್ ವಿಚ್ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ? Answers in the chat box, please. Doing something different, okay, real energizes, yeah. Being living and existing, absolutely, Ramamani ma'am. Just being able to see the new day or able to take a new breath today, that itself is happiness because we are thriving for that. Yes, thank you for your very quick answer. So, do I have a reason to smile? Is there anything for me to be happy about right now, today, amidst all these challenges? That is my question, looking for your answers. Seeing the grandkids, brilliant. Malti madam says, seeing the grandkids, yes. Seeing the next generation grow in front of you, what a delight that is. Being healthy, absolutely. Being healthy. In fact, health is something, the premium. We cannot exchange for anything. So if we are healthy today, thanks to whatever, our lifestyle, divinity. Yes, having me time, spending with family, Rama, ma'am, absolutely. Having that me time, if you can have that 20 minutes or 15 minutes or half an hour of that me time, that itself is a great luxury. Not many or not everybody has that. Thank you for that. Having time to spend with my family, brilliant. Being part of this session of mine, oh, that is so nice. So you made my day, my evening. Thank you so much, Nirmala madam. Engaging with people, including this forum, being in the study circle, part of meditation and study circle, absolutely. So we understand that fun and frolic is important to everyone. We look for fun and happiness. It's not just looking for it, we also have it within us. So let's sometime give our or put our thoughts and vision on that. This session today is for us to understand the child in you. We are never old for stories or games or activities. In fact, research says that the more we engage in activities, cognitive activities or motor activities or processing ideas and thoughts, in fact, the neurons, we are born with about 100 billion neurons. At the time of birth, we are blessed with 100 billion neurons. And these neurons are the nerve cells, the brain cells, get connected through synaptic connections with the help of the different activities, experiences a child gets during his course of development. But as we grow or age, there is a little pruning that takes place. Brain functions on the theory of use it or lose it. So those brain cells which are not continuously energized or used tend to wither away or we lose them. But today, neuroplasticity is the term neuroscience is talking about. What is neuroplasticity? Across the ages, the neurons or the brain cells still have the tendency to rewire, to reconnect. And today science tells us, neuroscience tells us that there is so much of brain chemistry, and although we age, cross our 50s and 60s, through the right kind of stimulation and activities, the rewiring of the brain cells can happen. There can be structural and chemical changes within the brain, which means to say that dementia or Alzheimer's or memory loss, although it is associated with aging, can be to a large extent reversed or delayed. And for that, stimulation and activities are the key. Today we talk about the brain gym, the memletics, active aging, etc., etc. let's just experience for the sake of fun today. So unwind, be active on the chat box or on unmuting yourself. So here we go. Yes. Are you all ready to be like little children today? If it's an yes, let me see an yes quickly.
Yes, madam.
Yes, yes.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yes.
How do I get to know
Yes,
that?
yes.
How do I get to know that you're all with me? Through quick answers and participation? All right. Yes. So as I was telling you, aging is a normal process. Aging does not begin when we hit 60. In fact, aging begins at birth. So every year we are aging. Every day, in fact, we are aging. And aging comprises of both biological, psychological, social, functional, spiritual changes and factors, and it changes from person to person. We have Rosa Kuti at 103 learning computers, going to a school to learn how to email, how to get onto Skype, as young as 1 or 3 years. We also have as young or old as 13 years, filled with lethargy, lack of enthusiasm, and unable to do things. So, aging varies from person to person. Dr. Shivkumar Swamiji, at the ripe age of 100 plus, he would hardly sleep for 2 to 3 hours, waking up middle of the night, dhyana, gnana, everything, pravachana, everything Sri Swamiji used to engage in at that age. So, aging is, although it has a biological, spiritual, psychological connotation, it varies from person to person. And how we approach aging, how we look at how we age depends on various other factors. Many a times, our life events, our health may not permit us to enjoy the years what we have, but still, attitude is what that matters. Attitude alters the altitude ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. So with the right kind of approach to life, I'm sure all of us can bring that little change into our life. In that context, fun, activity, getting ourselves engaged in something which gives us pleasure is still a good way of approaching aging. So if that is a thing, let's go with the theme of the day, from frown to fun, because we have 100 reasons to frown at, especially in the times of pandemic, as Vasu sir was saying. Livelihoods are lost. Many precious lives are lost. And we are always at the edge. What's going to happen tomorrow? Will there be a third wave, a fourth wave, and a fifth wave? And when is this going to end? There's so much of uncertainty. But one thing is certain, we need to be geared up for whatever that's going to come in our way. For that, a positive attitude and the childlike play is still the best one. Whenever we see children around, a child is always giggling, playing, and very, very happy, unmindful of what is happening around him, because the kind of trust the child has in his parents, nature, God, that is unmatchable. So let's leave the worries, hurries aside and just enjoy cheer, fun, and activity, because nothing is completely in our hands. So for now, let's see how best we can go about with life. So as Henry Ford says, anyone who stops learning is old, whether at 20 or 80. And I would like to add that anyone who stops playing is old. So let's not get old because of not playing. So here we go with the first activity for the day. Can you find the mistake? So activities for you in the form of quizzes, fun games.
3. Spelling 3 is wrong.
Right, sir. Quick answer, that was spelling 3 is wrong. So what is observation? So that was a very quick observation from Vasu sir. Yes. Why is observation important, especially in the today's context? One of you could, if anyone could unmute and talk to me. How important is observation? That was a quick answer from Vasu sir.
To alter a person.
Yes, sir, to alter a person. Okay. In the present days of COVID, sir, where do we need this quick observation?
To act intelligently,
Okay, to act
quick
intelligently.
response and
Quick
intelligence.
response. Okay. How about maintaining social distancing? How about taking care of our personal hygiene? Does that also require a quick observation, quick thought, and mindful action? Yes, Rama ma'am, to know new things in nature. Yes, observational skills is something extremely important. As we go ahead in life, many a times we tend to overlook the things and take things for granted. Let's be a little more observant of people around us, because amidst pandemic, we see people who are receding into shells. We see people who become gloomy. We see people who are sad, suffering. Can we be a little more observant of friends and relatives and people around us and brighten up their lives? Little spreading of cheers or smiles on their faces. Can we do that? Very, very important. Just around us, there are people who are lacking this little bit of happiness and fun. Be a little observant of people who need help. It could be a housemaid who has lost her livelihood. It could be an auto driver or a vegetable vendor who has lost their business. Let's be observant of another person's problems. And if at all we can brighten up their day in a very small way, I think that's a great skill. One example of how we could do small little tasks to brighten up someone else's. And if you have done anything in the recent past, may I have someone sharing that, please? If you have been observant of somebody else's pain and done a very, very small gesture through which you were able to bring in happiness. It could be small or big, but what I mean is even a small thing. And if you were able to bring that curved line onto that person's face, can I have one experience sharing, please? I'm sure.
I'm Malti here again.
Yes.
I found that if there's a person near my house who was feeling very sad because her husband was in self isolation,
Okay.
and then the only way she looking so gloomy. So I said the best part is I'll tell you a joke and you'll laugh. And she says, no, I don't feel like laughing. But then I did tell her, actually, it was a silly joke. But then, whatever it was, she just started laughing uncontrollably and said, thank you so much, Malti. You made my day. I'm feeling so much better already.
Wonderful, ma'am.
Yeah.
It might have been a very small task, but I'm sure that person will remember that day and you for the rest of her life. We really do not know what a person is going through, and that little smile can straighten up many things. Thanks for being observant, because to be observant and to recognize a person's pain, it's not a pair of eyes what you require. What you require is more an open heart and open ears. So good you were able to do that. Thank you. Yes, to ask people to get vaccinated, says Nirmala madam. Absolutely, ma'am. A lot of our people need this awareness. So if you have been observant of this and then nudging people to get vaccinated, checking out on them if they've got their first and the second dose, leading them to the right kind of place where they can get this, I'm sure that's a great way of helping people. And this is happening only because you have been observant of small little things around you, and that's a huge skill. Please continue to do that. Yes, it can happen by identifying a little mistake here or something what is missing in someone's life, someone's face. If you can do that, brilliant. Thank you. Let's move on to the next activity. Yes, here are a set of objects. Take a look at it for 15 seconds. I'm going to time it. Yes, we move on. quick answer as to what is missing.
Mask, tablet,
Okay, so my question is, what is missing, sir?
and sanitizer.
Let me wait. What is missing? You could text me. You could unmute and speak. Sir, hand sanitizer you said, but not exactly hand sanitizer. Can you think and give me your answer? What is... Sorry, sir? Okay, second question on the same thing. How many objects you think you can recollect? Anyone, quickly? How many objects can you recollect and tell me quickly? Any takers here, please? Don't worry about the misses.
Nirmala
Yes.
Srinivasan has tried 12.
Nirmala ma'am, Nirmala says 12. Yeah, if you can name them, ma'am. My first question is still not answered. What is it that is missing? Yes, the one what was missing was not sanitizer, sir. It's actually a Pond's talc powder. Probably you mistook that for sanitizer. So I give you half marks, doesn't matter. Okay, who can give me the different items there? There are actually 15 in that. 12 is a close answer, but 15. Who could give me? Try, let's see.
Clothes clip, mask.
Okay.
Only 2 I can
Okay.
recall.
Okay, probably 26 of us adding one, we will get all the 15, I think.
Scissors I can
Okay.
recall. Scissors.
Scissors. Okay, anybody else? Quickly.
Stapler.
Okay.
Mask.
Mask.
Beetle leaf.
Okay, a leaf.
There was a
Spoon,
sheet
glass,
of
scissors.
tablets. A sheet of tablets also.
Tablets.
Some
Socks.
tablets.
Yes. Okay, good going. And I have answers from Nirmala. Spoon, gloves, scissors, mask, cloth, clip, spoon, refill. Yes. Why is memory and observation important? Where do we miss these things? Especially as we age, why do we need to give importance to the things that's happening around us? Why do we need to give importance to the little details around us? Why? Is this important only for people who are aging? Or can this be an added attribute in a youngster or irrespective of age? Observation, memory, paying attention to small details. In whose life is it important? Only for the age, for the young, for who? Yes. How can we miss out on things if we don't give importance to these things? I want answers from people from different varied backgrounds. A homemaker, if you can share. ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನಾವು ದಿನನಿತ್ಯದ ಕೆಲಸಗಳ ಕಾರ್ಯಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂತ ಒಂದು ಮೈಂಡ್ಫುಲ್ನೆಸ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು if you miss out on the basic things. And as a student, what could be the repercussion? As an aged person, what can happen? So diversified angles, let's explore this. Yes, who can share it? You can raise your hand and then
I want to share.
Vishwanath sir, please go ahead.
Yeah, actually, we'll be very observant or very mindful, especially let's say it's a work-related matter, and we are doing a programming, and we have to spot some errors in the code.
Correct.
So since it is directly getting involved with the work, so it'll be very, very observant and mindful that there should not be even a single error which could be missed while coding or while debugging.
Absolutely. So in your
That's my
profession,
thought.
this is something very, very, very important. Right, sir? We will come back to you. Good point you have raised.
Thank you.
Who else? As an aged person, you may forget to take your tablets. Brilliant. Yes, ma'am. As an aged person, you may forget to take the tablets. Otherwise, you may take it twice. There are also so many instances where it is taken wrongly or wrong dosage or a wrong brand, which can be allergic. Just not able to mention your doctor about the allergy you have for a particular tablet. That small little detail, when we don't share it with your doctor, that itself can lead to a huge problem. So very, very important. Good point what you said. It is, yeah, Nirmala ma'am, very good point. It is basically helping to learn a lot of things. Yes. So as Vishwanath sir said, Kaushik sir said, yes, we are very, very vigilant when it comes to our profession or when we are doing certain things. But are we as observant when it comes to relationships? Are we also as observant to the positives in people? We are observant, and it's very important, as you said, in coding, you do not miss out the small nitty-gritties. But are we equally observant of the good things in people? Can we have somebody talking about this, please? Do we always make it an attempt to appreciate people for something good that's happening? Do we always take time to appreciate the nice meal, the nice food that is served at the dining table? Isn't that a miss also? How often we miss out on these small little details? Can we be a little more observant of your wife, your husband, your little daughter or child's those small little cravings, or the aged senior person, your father, your mother at home, who is just waiting for that little 5 minutes of your time? Can we be observant of these details also? Any thoughts on this, please?
I think a simple thank you once in a way, even if it sounds a bit formal, seems to bring a smile onto the face of either your children or anybody else who's at home with you and who's helping you out with some chores. And then just say thank you, and then they just wonder why she's saying thank you, but they feel happy about it. I've noticed that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and they feel good.
Yes, yes. So let's not take these things for granted. Let's be observant, because many a times we are very quick in picking up something that is not right, but we are not as quick in appreciating things. I believe there was this earnest student, an artist, who was very good in his painting. He was under the tutelage or coaching of one great master, a painter. So this student had come out with a masterpiece, in fact, a beautiful piece of art he had created. But as an eager learner, he had this self-doubt. Is it good enough? Am I qualified? I don't think this is my best creation. So one fine day, what he did, that beautiful masterpiece of painting, what he had created, he picked that and placed it in a square, in a market square. And then he said, what do you feel about my painting? Is it good? Your thoughts on this? And he kept a pen and a book there and left it at that. When he came back that evening, he saw a whole lot of criticisms and comments. This is not okay, the color is not okay, the shape is not okay, you look very, very amateur, and many things written all over. That day he went sad, dull-faced to his master. He said, I think, sir, I'm going to quit. All my life I aspire to become a great artist, but this is what people say, I'm good for nothing. So I don't think I'm going to ever paint in my life, because these are the mistakes people have identified in my painting, which I thought was the best creation of my life. Master looked at this piece of work, and he also read the criticisms and the comments, and he said, my dear son, wonderful, let's give it another try. Go keep this art piece in the same market square, but this time let's invite suggestions from people. Let's do it in a little different way. Keep your palette and your color boxes and paints and brushes, and just put this note. what do you think about this painting? If you think it can be done better, please pick up the brush and the paint and correct the strokes. This is the message the master said. Leave this message there. So the student goes sad-faced, puts the painting at exactly the same place with a different note there and a set of paint and different sized brushes, saying that I'm an amateur. What do you think about this painting? If you think you can correct it, please do. You have a box full of paints and brushes here. He goes back the same evening, just like he did last week. And to his amazement, there's not a single correction or improvement or suggestion, no change of strokes, no addition of colors, no rectification made. In fact, people just stood there and admired that. He comes back to the master and says, "Sir, this is it. What is a miracle?" So his teacher says, people have all the time in the world to criticize and say negatives, but very few have the ability to correct something, to add value to it. So as it is, your life, your creation is beautiful, my dear student. Don't have to worry. Don't wait for people's appreciation, because people have time to pick up the mistakes, but less time to correct or appreciate another person. So let's not make that mistake. If each of us can be mindful of improving, bringing that smile onto someone's face and adding color to someone's life, that's good. So let's not pick up the mistakes only. Let's be observant of all the colors that are here. And if anything goes amiss in our family, in your friends' life or there, and if there is any way we can add color or value to that, let's be that paintbrush which with a master stroke bring that smile or add value to people's life. Let's move on. So as I was telling you, the human brain is considered highly dynamic and it can change structurally, chemically, and the more number of connections, the better or the more powerful the brain becomes. And how do we rewire the brain? With social connections, with activities, with stimulation. And the brain functions on the theory of or principle of, as I told you, the principle of use it or lose it. Just like how physical exercises are important for our body and muscle, exercises are important for the brain. What kind of exercises? Stimulation exercises. It could be reading, it could be Sudoku, it could be some kind of fun what we are doing, it could be just connecting with people. But this kind of stimulation is extremely important. If you think you are liking the session, let me see, or whatever the feedback so far. What do you feel about the session, how it's going? Let me quickly hear from you so that I understand if I need to modify in any way. In the meantime, I'm just going through your thing. No, mostly we have taken it for granted. Yes, ma'am. We are always ready to find faults, but never thank. Absolutely right. Okay, Nirmala ma'am says fantastic. Thank you so much. Very energetic and informative. Thank you, sir. Lively. Thank you. I have not made it lively. It's your participation which has made the session lively. Yes. Thank you. Good, good, good. Thank you so much. We move on. So we are ready to go with the next one. So, yes. What's wrong in this picture? 10 seconds for you to answer. What's wrong in this picture?
June.
31st June. What's wrong with 31st June, ma'am?
In June, only 30 days are there, madam.
Is it so?
Yeah.
There is no 31st June, ma'am.
Yes.
Are you sure?
No
Are you sure?
31st June.
Yeah, we are in July. We've just crossed June and we are very sure that there were only 30 days. Who answered? Savitri, ma'am, is it?
Yeah, Savitri Venugopal.
Savitri Venugopal, madam, why should there be only 30 days in June? Can we add that one extra day to June, ma'am?
See, that is all accepted facts. No, these are all made by us.
No, I'm asking you, can we add another extra day anywhere we wish? Can we?
No, we can't change the routine, no?
Absolutely. Yes, I was just coming. So we are not entitled, or it's impossible for us to add even that one single day which is already destined or designed or programmed that way. So we all very well know that June has only 30 days, and however much you and I wish, I will not be able to add that one day, although it is just 24 hours. Similarly, our days are also numbered. Our days are numbered in our service, whether it is 58 years or 60 years, the days are numbered. Our days are numbered in our life. Our DOB is known, our DOD is not known. Date of birth is known, but DOD, date of death is not known, but it is numbered. So end of the day, we will not have that liberty to add that one day to our life without the divine intervention, which means to say that how much we need to value every single day. We really don't know how long our children are going to be with us. Those days are numbered already. I'm not entitled to add half a day or one day. So many of us lost many of our friends, dear ones, in the just bygone second wave of pandemic. In the month of, say, end of April and May, probably most of you agree with me, we used to dread looking at our WhatsApps and phones because invariably there used to be one or two messages, Om Shanti, RIP messages, because there was a loss of life somewhere and very close to us. Their days were numbered. However much they wished, they could not add that one extra day in their lives, ma'am, Savitri ma'am. That's what I said. We are not able to add that day. People were running helter-skelter for oxygen cylinders, for ICU beds. They also wanted to live long, postpone death, or add value to life, but it did not happen. So, can we add life with whatever the days, number of days that we have got? It's not about 31 days or 30 days or 28 days in February. It's about everyday living and everyday enjoying that, because we really don't know when our numbers are going to end. Yes, I believe when one of the coffins came, the coffin was just called as number so-and-so. In the cargo, they read it as, pick up this number 30. The gentleman who had lived for 50, 60 years, who had given his life for his service and family, was just reduced to a number. Pick up that box number or coffin number 30 and shift it. So numbers are there all around us, but within that given framework of our age and numbers, can we add smile and happiness to that? Today, if you have made any person smile, or if you had a reason to smile today on this 19th of July, can somebody share, please? This day on 19th, if you have spread joy on to someone. Yes. Anyone. Small little way. Today. Oh, you have done it. Oh, so nice, Nirmala ma'am. Thank you so much. You made the thing very simple and quick. Thank you so much. So we move on. Okay. So why should we be playing? Let's look a little into it again. Why should we be playing? Scientific reason, some of it is, when we play, when we engage in something pleasurable. What is play, by the way? Play is defined as any activity in which we engage for the pleasure it gives. For the simple reason of pleasure, if we get into an activity, that itself is play. So it doesn't mean that we need to be hitting a ball with a cricket bat. That's only play. No, any activity which gives pleasure. If I enjoy cooking, if someone enjoys playing with their grandkid, if somebody enjoys making a cup of tea and enjoying it by the side of the balcony, that's play for you. Any activity that gives you pleasure is play. How does it help? It improves the way our brain works. So each time we engage in something which gives us pleasure, each time we engage in something which sharpens our brain, we are raising it by one notch above. It improves. The health improves. The productivity improves. When we play, we heal actually. We see people, in the humor clubs, people laughing in parks and public spaces. Many a times people think, when we deliberately or forcefully laugh and play, is it going to help? Yes, definitely. When we engage in a play or a game or a laughter, even if it is imposed and deliberately done, over a period of time, your brain believes in it, and the same chemicals, the good chemicals, the neurotransmitters are produced in the brain. And this actually heals us. So the next time you see people laughing at a park, join them, in fact. Or you develop or look for an opportunity where we can laugh, because it's going to heal, maintain relationship. And in fact, a lot of seniors, especially during pandemic, are lonely. And research says that about 10 hours each day, seniors are lonely at home by themselves. Having fun in some way can improve their existing relationships. Is there any way through which we can bring down this loneliness? Yes, a beautiful way through study circle, which is happening, where Mondays and Tuesdays, we all connect together, learning, reading, sharing, playing. That's a beautiful healing mechanism that's happening. So let's be thankful once again to people who are facilitating this, and to those who are doing it from years. So they are great healers. So thank you once again, Vani ma'am and Vasu sir. So what else does play do? Play improves mental and emotional well-being. It improves your physical vitality. So should we still look out for reasons or excuses to play? It is said that when the playgrounds are full, hospitals are empty. So let's play in whatever way is possible. If I'm not able to jog around the track, does not matter. Let me do whatever that is possible sitting at home. If physically I'm not able to do, let me play mentally at least. So we go on with the next one. If we are convinced, yes, play is a way of life, it can reverse aging, then you're going to participate with me with double enthusiasm in the next game. Okay. A riddle for you. Yes. Answer, please.
A clock?
Okay. Clock. Okay. Any other answers? I'm going to share that once again.
I'm the mirror.
Mirror. Is mirror right or the clock right, ma'am?
Mirror.
Mirror. Yes, because mirror is that which reflects. What does a mirror reflect? Who gave me the answer? Sorry, I missed your name. Nirmala ma'am? Okay. Nirmala ma'am, yes. Mirror reflects. What does a mirror reflect?
It reflects us. I mean, it's a reflection of ourselves.
It reflects the seer, whoever it is. Okay. What else? Why is a mirror important in our life? Why is a mirror important in our life? What is it that we can learn from the mirror?
It helps us
Anyone
see
can answer.
what we can't see.
Sorry, sir?
It helps us see what we can't see
Okay.
ourselves.
It helps us see what we cannot see ourselves. Okay.
Living in the present.
Living in the present. Okay.
To see our outer persona.
To see our outer persona. All are right answers.
It is not prejudiced. It reflects
Very
anything
good, sir.
different.
It is not prejudice. That is something very, very special. Yes.
It reflects only when light falls on us.
Okay. It reflects only when light falls on us. It reflects both good and bad, does it? Correct? It reflects both good and bad. But as Vasu sir said, it is not judgmental. It is simple and plain. It shows things as it is. No add-ons there. No extra masala or spices there. It shows just the way we are, isn't it? Can we be a mirror in people's life? Many a times we are there to correct, to add to, forget correcting, to add something negative or spoil something else happening there. Can we just be a mirror? Mirroring somebody's emotions, in fact, mirroring somebody's emotions. If you're a counselor, mirroring a person's pain, being empathetic is a great quality. Just being a mirror for someone is a huge attribute of a person. Why? Because mirror is non-judgmental. You stand there, your mirror only tells you that your hairstyling is not okay, your bindi or your spectacles are not properly placed, but it does not do things for you. Who has to do the correction? We ourselves have to get to it and correct, brush our hair properly or keep our spectacles or bindi right. But the mirror does not do it for you. Mirror only reflects. But in many a life, many a times, we as people take that liberty to correct, to impose ourselves, to do things for others when it is not solicited. That's exactly the reason why many a times in life, people, especially youngsters, detest or look against the seniors at home. ನಮ್ಮ ಅತ್ತೆ ಮಾವ ತುಂಬಾ ನನ್ನ ಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ಫ್ಲುಯೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. They are too interfering. They have a word in everything. My grandfather, my father corrects me in everything. They decide how I need to bring up my child. I'm just saying, I'm just telling what happens in a day-to-day life. We, with our earnest concern for people, we tend to do things for them. But not every time our doing is appreciated. So one life lesson that we can pick up from mirror is, can we just reflect? Be that mirror which can just reflect people and their emotions and their things and not take up the responsibility of correcting. Let's leave that correction to the person. Let's only be a clean and plain mirror, being non-judgment. All the time reflecting what is there. In fact, that's the greatest quality of a counselor, in fact. Yes.
Also to recognize the mirror in others, when what they reflect with us.
Correct, correct. Absolutely, sir. Reflecting them, being a mirror for others also. Yes. And mirror is also an epitome of self-love. Very importantly, spend some time before the mirror. Appreciate yourself. Appreciate all those things your mental, physical faculty is able to do. Just smile standing in front of the mirror. Thank that divine force for blessing you with a beautiful face, a beautiful heart, a beautiful mind. In fact, it helps. And psychology says, auto-suggestion is very, very strong. Stand before the mirror, smile at yourself, give positive affirmations, say that what I see before, or what I see, the reflection, what I'm seeing right in front of me, I love this. I love what I see in the mirror here. It's beautiful. And try this out for just about 5 to 8 minutes every day. Give you positive affirmations, falling in love with the reflection, what you see in the mirror. It's really going to help you in the long run, keeping you mentally, physically happy and fit. Yes, let's move forward. Thank you. Thanks to all of you for those brilliant answers. Next one. Yes. What Can you identify the different mistakes? There are certain things which are not okay. There are some mistakes here. What are those mistakes, corrections that you can spot in this picture? I leave this on for a while so that you can continue with your answer, because there are multiple ones, not just one right answer. There are many.
Shadow of the gate is not straight.
Okay. Shadow of the gate should have been straight, but it's crooked. Right, ma'am? Taken. What else?
Windy direction.
Yes, sir. Can you elaborate on that? You're right. Can you elaborate?
Yeah, smoke is going in one direction, leaves are in another direction.
Smoke is going in one direction, leaves are in another direction, correct?
Environment pollution.
Sorry, sir, I didn't hear you.
Environment pollution.
Environment pollution, okay.
Madam, shadows of a dog is different and a person is different.
So both are in different directions, bi-directional. So which is against the law of physics. Okay.
No shadows of other animals.
No shadows of other animals. Okay. Yes, please. Few more. Good going. Few more, but. I'll give you clues after a little while, but till then, let's keep guessing.
I think the path is not the same. The path, maybe right, but still okay. The perspective seems to be different for the path before the gate and after the gate.
Okay. The way the lawn is made. Okay.
And some trees have leaves and others they won't have. If you won't have any leaves.
Okay, different types of leaves you mean. All right. Okay.
No door to house.
Sorry, sir.
No door to house.
Correct. The steps are leading nowhere. There's no door there. Yes.
This is two pictures, I think. Beyond the tree, another picture, and before the tree, another picture.
I think the horse, the plowing is going the other direction because it's moving forward, but there are no plow marks behind it. It just seems to be walking on the, the plow path. That's why. Which
Very
is not right. It should be the other way around.
Right observation, ma'am. Very nice. Good going. Good.
Looks like the cart which is inside is standing, but it cannot balance on one wheel.
Balance on one wheel, right? Correct. The wagon is balancing on one wheel. Anything else? Yes. Lot of observations, many right answers. In fact, brilliant. Yes, many a times, even in our lives, things go in opposite direction. As you rightly said, the flow path is different, thing is different. We are also on the wrong path many a times. Looking for or missing out on good things, but taking the negative path. The vices around us, the addictions, the abuses that's happening, although the right things are before us, there are people who make the wrong choices, go to the wrong paths. And today, a lot of examples of such. So a beautiful concept picked up from this particular picture here, and thanks to all of you for those answers. Can you give me another life lesson from this fun activity? I was talking about the plow path. Another life lesson from this. How we could introspect or reflect onto our life.
Our lives are not perfect. We have to accept them with imperfections.
Okay, we need to accept with imperfections, right? What happens when things are pulled in two different directions, ma'am? You saw No, smoke moving to this direction, the leaves bending or swaying in the other direction. When things are happening in opposite directions, when our lives are being pulled into opposite directions, what can happen?
We're in a terrible dilemma, I
Yes.
think, and confusion also.
And confusion. This can happen in our personal life, in a professional life, in our own health. Yes or no? Yes. Today, when we hear about suicides, depressions, etc., how people are ripped apart, how they are not able to go in tune with the mind is not listening to the body, or body is not listening to the mind, when we are being pulled in two directions, what are the repercussions in our life? We keep hearing about the loss of many lives. In fact, just about a week ago, we lost a very, very highly accomplished professor, known to us very, very closely, a highly accomplished gentleman, a very tough taskmaster, we should say, but some amiss in life, a person who could command people succumbed to this, which means to say, many a times we are pulled into opposite directions. It could be from the professional front, financial front, or personal, whatever. Can we align things together? Can we see to it or bring things so that we are able to move in one direction? Because there's a thin line which demarcates. It's very easy to be pulled in two directions, but very difficult to align things. Can we bring things back to place? That's something very, very important. Yes. Thank you for your answers. Are we good to go with the next one? Anyone wants to say anything, add, share at this moment before we go on? Is it being fun or is it becoming serious?
It is fun with some lessons in it.
Okay.
That's nice.
Fun. Okay, fun with lessons in it. Others, what do you feel? Ma'am, you said frown to fun, but with fun, there's so much of serious things that's happening.
We're learning a bit, and it's not serious, but it's still fun, I think.
Okay, good. Thank you. Because life is always this or that. It's always this and that. Life is not this or that. Life is about this and that. There's always something good, something serious, something negative, something positive. So if we can take all that, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಸಿಹಿ ಕಹಿ ಬೇವು ಬೆಲ್ಲ. So the life goes on this principle. So this and that. So wherever there is fun, there is some kind of a lesson also that can be picked up. Thank you. Some fun. Okay. Interestingly serious. Oh, that's a good, nicely coined word, Nirmala ma'am. Interestingly serious. Thanks for that. Okay, we move on. Okay. Read it, and there's a task for me, for all of you. Your answer, and there is also a task to do. Another 5 seconds for you to read and process, and then we can start sharing. Yes.
Footwear.
Sorry?
Footwear.
Footwear. Okay. I need to be held and guided, ma'am. Footwear is worn onto your legs. Look at the fourth line there. I need to be held, which means to say it's in your hand. So.
Held can be by the feet also.
Okay.
The mobile phone?
Mobile phone. All right.
Maybe it's a set of colors or crayons, like think. Like
you're close.
Is it torch? Is it torch?
Torch, different colors. I can't do. I need to be held and guided, but when guided, you see me perform. Torch also performs, but somebody was very close. Okay. Brush, umbrella, someone said
Walking
crayon.
stick.
Sorry?
Walking stick.
Walking stick. Okay.
Pen, pen.
Pen. Right, ma'am. Pen. Although many other answers are very close. Pen, pencil, crayon
Pen,
would
pencil.
be, yes, would be a much closer or an appropriate answer, although others are also yes. Yes, isn't it? A pen or a pencil especially is something, when you're holding it in the right way, a pen is mightier than the sword, we say. So the amount of power a pen has, what we can do with it when it is held in the right way, it can really create wonders. And one lesson that we can learn from a pen, or especially a pencil, is that a pencil is always giving us message that we need to hold it and guide it. Only then, with only our effort, things can move and things can happen. We always generally see a pencil with an eraser fitted onto it, which means to say that even the most perfect person can make mistakes, but all our mistakes can still be erased and corrected. So yes, your answers were right when you told me pen, pencil, or crayon. Thanks for that. Other answers also. We move on to the next one. Yes. What is the mistake?
Actually, the last letter is covered 6. You have to kind of hide the thing.
It's not visible, sir, correctly?
No, the share button, the next to that, you have, next to stop sharing, you have to hide. That is blocked.
Okay. Is it better now? Yeah. Yes.
6 and 8, probably. 6 and 8.
The mistake, you mean?
Okay, my eyesight probably.
There are two THE. Can you find the mistake?
Is it, sir? Who said it?
Janakira, Malati's husband.
Oh, Janakiram, sir, come again, please.
Nothing wrong, madam. Everything is okay.
Everything is okay. Okay. That's a good way of looking at life, sir. Everything is okay. Janakiram, sir, you were right. What was the mistake there? I put it once again for all of you.
Can you find the mistake?
Yes. When all of us were looking at the numbers, because from our previous experience, when Master Sir said for the first activity, the second E was missing there, we started concentrating only on the numbers. We forget to read the heading, as Jankiram rightly said, sir rightly said. Can you find the mistake? There are two the's there. The word the is repeated there. But we many a times tend to overlook the common instructions, the common things in life we tend to miss, and then we look on, or we move ahead. As you rightly pointed out a little previously, being observant and not taking things for granted is extremely important. A student in one of the colleges near Yelahanka, only child, he had to cross a railway track to reach his college. This young boy it was a daily routine, and then that day he's crossing the railway track, and then that's when a train hits him and he loses his life. When the police come to the site, to the spot, when they see the body, they pick up the earphone in which the jazz music is still being played, which means to say that this boy was very busy, unmindful, crossing the track with music in his ears, with the music being played there, and he just missed looking to his right and left, and couldn't hear the sound of that huge automobile, the train that is coming towards him. A small little mistake which costed very dearly, lost his life. Parents lost their only son. We need to teach people, we need to be observant and not make those small little mistakes. Things are very, very silly. We always trip over small things. We never trip over a hill. We only trip over small things. Yes, but these mistakes can cost very dear to us. So, my dear audience, let's be observant, let's be doubly cautious about things that we tend to miss, we take for granted. When all of us were looking at the numericals and the words there, Jankiram sir went once again over the heading. He started from the beginning and he was able to pick up this. Thank you, sir. Let's always be mindful of small things also in life. Whether it's your tablet, it's your schedule, it's crossing a road, it could be anything. Even a message. Many a times we read a message or a mail and quickly we jump into conclusions or interpret. Many a times we could be misinterpreting also. And this could have costed very dearly in the lives of people. So let's be observant of things which we generally think is fine. Let's take a second look and a third look wherever possible. Yes, we move on. And the next one, what we are going to do is, I'm going to show you a set of colors, names of the colors. And then a volunteer has to come forward to read the names, not the word, but you need to read the color. For example, BLUE, word blue. I don't want you to say the word blue, but I want you to say the color red. So read the color, not the word. Hope my instruction is clear. I repeat, you need to say the color and not the word. Okay? And person who raises his hand or volunteers first will be given a chance, and a small little pause there, you lose your chance, it moves on to the next person. Is the rules of the game clear? If so, can I have a volunteer coming up, please, to read the color and not the word? Who comes forward?
Srimati Savitri has raised her hand.
Okay, Savitri ma'am. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. So, you're going to read left to right, ma'am. Left to right.
No, I'm not finding it in my screen.
No, I have not put it there. I have not put it. Okay. Yes.
Left to right?
Yes, ma'am. Left to right. And your time starts now. Go on, ma'am.
Red,
All are,
blue,
others are
yellow,
observed.
red, yellow, blue.
Ma'am, over. Gone. Was that yellow? That was to be read as green. I'll give you another chance because you came forward to read first. So I'm going to give you another chance. That was a trial round. So you need to read the color. You need to say red and not the word blue. Go ahead, ma'am.
Red, blue, green, red, yellow, blue, green, red, yellow, blue, red.
Wow. Although there was a little pause, it would have been really nice if you were a little more quicker, but we still take that. Can we clap? Okay. Virtual clap. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Who will take the challenge next? Savitri. That was Savitri, ma'am, who spoke just now?
Yes.
Yeah. Now I think Rama Venkatesh has raised her hand. Yes, ma'am. Can we go?
Yes,
Rama,
please.
ma'am, you're going to
Yes.
read column wise.
I will.
Top to bottom. Top to bottom.
Column wise, is it? Okay.
Okay. Column
Okay.
wise, you're going to read.
Okay.
Yeah.
Red,
Yes.
green, yellow, blue, yellow, red, blue, green, blue, red.
Wow. That was quick and nice, isn't it? Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. Why do you think? I mean, both of you did very well. But which is easier? Reading the color or reading the word? This is for everybody to answer.
They confuse you actually because of
They
the
confuse us.
contradictory.
Because of the contradictory, they confuse us. Yes.
Reading the word is easier.
Word is easier. Nirmala ma'am says, yes, the word is easier. Why? Because we have been taught right from our younger days that RED is read only. It cannot be read in another way. RED has to be read, it can't be blue. So in our mind also, the right brain and the left brain, two hemispheres, the right hemisphere and the left hemisphere. Right part of the brain is in charge of aesthetics, emotions, appreciating beauty, creativity. The left part of the brain is for logical thinking, memory, reasoning, calculations. So throughout our learning journey, we have been taught that RED is read. 2 into 2 is 4. So we have been using left brain. The curriculum, the school, colleges give more and more emphasis and opportunity for left brain development. But for the right brain development, feelings, handling emotions, appreciating beauty, managing our own self, the right hemisphere dominant activities, we are not much trained or coached. That's one of the reasons. The moment we change the rules of the game and said that read the color, not the word, which means to say suppressing the left part of the brain, but in using the right, we fumbled. Although the two ladies performed very well, there was a little pause. It's not so easy. The best thing is to learn to balance both things. That is, in the sense, being practical in life at the same time, not losing our heart and mind. Being sensitive and empathetic to people, at the same time being vigilant about certain things. Saving your money, planning for your future, at the same time not losing people and friendship. So that is something which we need to learn if we can balance the left and the right, the feelings and the numbers. That is something very, very important in life. And this activity or any of these, I'm just connecting this to the other aspects of life, but for the fun per se, just for the sake of activity, playing in these things also helps in improving the connections. It energizes your brain. It helps in reversing aging also. So mindfully keep yourself active, solve puzzles, do Sudoku, try out these words and these activities. It really helps. Play with your grandchildren, with your friends. It's really beneficial. So we move on with the next one. I think we have another few minutes, 10 minutes to go.
Yes, madam.
Yes.
It is 7:50. If there are any questions, then I think.
Okay, probably. Then I will just close with this since. Okay, let's close with this. What's wrong with this picture? With this, we are going to stop and then take questions. The slide will be on for the next 10 seconds. Again, here, multiple answers are possible. What's wrong with this picture?
There are books under the sink.
Okay, there are books under the sink.
There is a broom in the refrigerator. We are not able to decide what room it is.
Okay.
Clock numbering the that's a clock by
Reverse. It's a mirror image.
Yes.
She is cleaning the mat instead of the floor.
Okay, she's cleaning the mat. Okay.
The calendar says June has 31 days.
Okay. Calendar shows June is 31 days. Yes. So far, somebody said something about so far.
one leg there is shoe and the other there is a slipper.
Oh, sandals on one, shoes on one, and then the sofa is movie. One of you mentioned it. What else? As you see there, artist has made 21 mistakes, says the picture. 21.
The curtains are hung outside the window.
Curtains are hung outside the window. Okay. Good going, very good going. There's a little background noise. Mute, please.
Those who are not
And
speaking, please
the carrots are
The carrots are hanging from the
yeah, carrots are growing on a underground.
Against nature, no? There's a lot of background noise. Please, can you mute? Yes, thank you. Yes. Go ahead.
Yeah, outside one window you can see it's a night scene, and then the next one shows a bright day.
So there's
Day.
conflict there, contrast there, dichotomy there, dark and
daylight the other. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, one the lady's sleeve length is different.
Wow.
Then
very good observation.
Then the person's one leg is folded. No, the pants, trousers, one leg is folded.
Yes. Shoe and chappal, pant folding. I'm reading from the chat box. Tap on, fridge open, conditioning from beginning. Okay.
And the vacuum cleaner just seems to be working, but there's no connection to the cord. No cord going on to the
Maybe
electric.
it's a cordless version.
Maybe it's cordless. Yeah, that's what it really beat out.
Sink and taps are there on the bookshelf.
Yes. The handle is on the inside of the shelf, if you notice that. Okay. Good. So one picture, many mistakes, so many things not happening in the right way. But at the outset, everything looked good. It was a colorful, pretty picture. But when we went deeper, there were mistakes in it. So many of the things we have picked up. Yes, it takes a lot of probably an inner eye to decipher, to pick up the right things at the right time, to let go of the negatives whenever it is required. So let's get this vision. Certain things, if we are wise enough to pick up as it is and let go of the nuances, that's a better way of life. There are times when you need to go deeper and pick up the important aspects, especially when it comes to your health, especially when you're sharing your problems with a doctor. Don't miss out those things. Even the slightest of sign or symptom, what you are facing, please share it. It could be with your doctor or sharing your feelings with your loved ones. Please share it. But there are times when we need to just look at the bigger picture, appreciate the beauty as it is and not going deeper into it. Life is about learning of all these things. Being wise when to let go and when to pick up. I think if we can follow this principle in life, many things can go in the right way. Thank you so much. I stop here. But we are not going to end the playful mindset. Let's continue to play. Let's continue to spread happiness and cheer. It's not just for others, but it's for our own self, because neuroscience tells us, chemistry tells us that when we smile, when we make others happy, when we keep ourselves happy, there are a whole lot of chemicals, neurotransmitters that are produced in our brain, which heal, which clear, which help people to stay fit mentally and physically. So if not for others, for our own self, for our own sake, let's keep smiling. Thank you. Any questions? Over to you all.